Today's story may make you never want to feed ducks again, and the ending is so shocking it almost seems unbelievable, like someone's doing a parody of one of my videos. But before we get into today's story, if you're a fan of the strange, dark, mysterious story format, then you've come to the right place, because that's all we do, and we upload once or twice per week. So, if that's of interest to you, then invite the like button over to your barbecue cookout, but replace the barbecue with a microwave. And inside of the microwave is nothing but hot dogs and old nasty hot dog water. And with the like button goes to eat the hot dogs, take the hot dogs for yourself, and give the like button the old nasty hot dog water and force it to drink it as fast as it can. With that said, let's get on to today's story. On one bright summer morning, in the middle of winter, Johnny and Tabitha Mintz decided to go for a walk at their favorite park. Now, the two would usually do this. It's a way for them to bond and get to know each other better and just hang out and enjoy each other's company. Now, today's walk started off just like any other. The two laced up their knee-high combat boots and made their way to the family park. And as they were walking down the cobblestone road, they noticed that off to the side, there were a group of ducks. Now, almost every day there were ducks in this park, but there was something off about the way the ducks were acting. And Johnny Mintz turned to his sister and he kind of remarked about this. He said, these ducks, they seem to be walking in this weird kind of way, and Tabitha kind of noticed, but ultimately the two decided to put it off and just continue their walk. Later on, they were sitting in a park bench. They had a bag of bread beside them. They were going to eat the bread themselves, but they decided this time, why don't we feed the ducks? So slowly they start chucking the bread at the ducks, and the ducks are having a good time. The siblings are having a good time. The sun is shining. But slowly, they start to notice the ducks acting a little strange. And then immediately, Johnny remembers earlier in the day when they saw the ducks walking around erratically. And then suddenly, to his horror, he realizes that one of the ducks is slowly making its way over to their bench. And it's getting closer and closer, and it's quacking, it's getting louder and louder, almost to the point where the two almost had to cover their ears. And just when the two are thinking they're gonna leave, all of a sudden, this duck jumps right up onto the park bench with them. And the two are just sitting there, frozen. They don't know what to say. They've never been this close to a duck before in their lives, let alone having fed them. And all of a sudden, this duck takes a big chomp out of Johnny's arm. And when the duck pulls back, there is blood flying every which way. It's getting in Tabitha's nose and mouth, squirting into Johnny's eye. The duck flies off in a panic. And suddenly, this feeling of doom and gloom they've had the whole time on this walk, this weird feeling they've been getting from this ducks, is confirmed. The two don't know what to do, and they start to cry. In the middle of all of this chaos, Tabitha takes a deep breath, she composes herself, she grabs her brother and she says, "John, we need to get you to the hospital." The two leap up off the bench and make their way from the path they just went down on straight to the hospital, which is at the very end of the park, luckily. Eventually, the two make it to the hospital, they go inside, they stitch up his hand, and by some miracle, the two survive. Later that day, they're leaving the hospital, they're joking around about what just happened. Everything is completely fine. Accidentally though, the two stumble and fall into a nearby river by the park, and the two both drown. They didn't know how to swim. All right, that's gonna do it. If you got something out of this story and you haven't done this already, don't forget to invite the like button over to your barbecue cookout and replace the barbecue with a microwave. And that's going to do it. Until next time, see ya.